A very good morning to you. It is the LJ Hooker SFLW Div 3 Grand Final today between the Hutchins Lionesses and the St Virgils Saints. My name is Tubes Taylor and it's a pleasure to be broadcasting to you live from North Hobart Oval. I'm joined in the commentary box by my friend Luke Edmonds. Good morning, Edo.
Morning, Tubes. Great to be here. The weather is better than I expected during the week. Nice sunny morning. Bit crisp out there, but that'll keep everyone on their toes, I think, as the players line up for their team photos. Exciting contest here, Tubes. Hutchins ran the table during the season, but we all know once you get to big finals, all that sort of goes out the window once the first bounces occurred.
100%, Edo. We look at the girls down there getting their photo taken here at North Hobart Oval. The Saints, who have done the job throughout the season and managed to make it here on the last day in September. Well, for them anyway. It's only the 12th. There's plenty of Saturdays in September and plenty of days left. Players to watch here from that side on screen. Mia Kane, who kicked 3 goals in their game to get them through to the grand final. Sonia Barrage, who plays a wall down in defence. Miranda Delbajakovic, she's one to watch, and also because I love saying her name. And Sophie Flack is another one to watch as well, as the Lionesses come in to get their photo taken. A very well-drilled side by their coach, Ed Burrows-Cheng, who's expecting a little girl or boy in the next few weeks. His lovely partner is pregnant, Tessa, so good luck to them in the next few weeks. But his mind is well and truly focused on his charges here today for the Lionesses. Players to watch in that lineup: Georgia Crawford, number 5, she's a star. Meg Purdon, number 10. Maddie Blackman, Abby Burrows-Cheng, that is Ed's sister, or I should say Ed's her brother. She's a star. She's a tackle machine, Abby Burrows-Cheng. Georgia Abel, Rani Carvaretta in the ruck. She's an absolute star, as is Sophie Abel. So the Abel girls getting ready. I must say, I don't mind that jumper. How good does that look? A flash of pink, or magenta as they like to call it at Hutchins World, and a nice bit of white.
It's a ripper, Tube, so I'm always about good Guernseys,
yep.
And that is certainly right up there, I reckon, in the Tasmanian Stakes. I love what they've done with it. It's a good look. Interesting dynamic coaching your the sibling, I reckon, Tubes.
Oh, 100%.
That'd be the first one to get a bake, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Would you get a bake or would you go easier? I don't know.
100% bake.
I've only got a brother, so I'd be baking him pretty hard. But the umpires are out there ready to go shortly. Girls are nice and charged up. It's been an interesting competition in the Div 3 season, with Claremont having a second side in there. We've seen OHA come into the SFLW this year, as well as the Lionesses and the Saints. It's been a great competition, and the SFL have done an amazing job to get.
They were given a bit of a hospital hand pass to get this all set up as well as they have, and I think they've done a great job. And they can work on that going forward, but haven't heard too many complaints about the way they've set it up with 18 teams across 3 divisions. Yeah.
They've done a really good job. Like you said, a hospital hand pass, some might say, but some might say there was no other option other than to get these women playing footy. So we're going to go down to the ground announcer, Caitlin Barry, as the Chargers get ready for the national anthem. Our ground announcer today, infallible Caitlin Barry. And we must, of course, thank our sponsors before we get down to KB. LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property have been a massive supporter of women's footy in the state all year. So we'll cross down to Caitlin Barry now for the national anthem. She's got sponsor announcements happening at the minute, so we might just say a few more words now. Ed Burrows Cheng has brought quite a few girls from the Kingborough Footy Club here today, but we'll cut down to Caitlin Barry. Well, there we go. If that doesn't get you rousing and up and about, Edo, I'm not sure what does. But these girls are fired up, and it's been an interesting path to this grand final for both teams, Edo.
Sure has, Tubes. Obviously, last week, St Virgils came through with a comfortable in the end enough win over Claremont, but the week before is what's got a few people's eyebrows raised, where we saw Hutchins win by forfeit.
Yeah, well, I think what happened over there was the week before in the final round of the year, a lot of the players from St Virgils got stretched off. A couple of concussion rules and things like that, and there was quite a bit going on, so they didn't have the Chargers on the park ready to go to be able to play that game, and so they forfeited the second semi-final to get into this grand final. Meanwhile, we saw in the first semi, Claremont White defeat New Norfolk, which is an incredible effort from Claremont to have 2 women's sides out there, but also New Norfolk, who have come from very, very low to make a first semi-final in their year. Incredible stuff from the girls and the Eagles, but then St Virgils went on, as you said, to defeat Claremont White pretty comfortably.
And then the forfeit, as you say, Troops, adds a bit of intrigue to today, doesn't it? Because they haven't had that hit out, and also does that let the cobwebs form for Hutchins? I'm sure they've been practicing as much as they can, but it's a few weeks off before you actually play in the big game.
Yeah, it's yeah, maybe a couple of mind games in there, you reckon, Edo? Perhaps from Coach Heath Burridge there for the Saints, who knows? But the girls are out there ready to go. They're all fired up. The crowd's starting to peter in. We've got lots of representatives from the Hutchins Footy Club and the St Virgils Footy Club here today, and the fraternities that are associated with those two as we look across North Hobart Oval. A beautiful day for footy, maybe a little bit of rain later on, not sure. But we're about to get underway here from North Hobart Oval in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Div 3 Grand Final for 2021. Umpires just doing their final checks, and the umpires raise the ball above the head, and we're about to go. Away we go. Ruck contest, one down by Delba. I'm going to struggle with that all day. Delba Jakovic. Out it comes now. It's picked up there by Purdon. Got a handball back. Coming at the footy was Kane. She's a 3-goal kicker from last week. At the bottom of the pack there, Meg Purdon again. burrowing in, and we'll see a ball up at half forward for the Saints. Ruck contest again. Carveretta gets it away. Out the back, there's a chance for Langford, who gets a free kick. And she'll go back and drive the Saints inside forward 50. An interesting kick. It goes through the arms here. Out the back, a chance now for Kane. Can't quite get at the footy. The Lionesses poach and jump on it. Punching it out. Delbojakovic goes in hard. Down on hands and knees. The Saints player just can't quite get the footy. Out it comes for Johnson. She tries to handball it up, and we'll see a ball up here. Good signs early for the Saints, Edo.
Good territory, getting it in there, locked it in. Couldn't the Lionesses could not break a line there.
Delbojakovic wins it down. Carveretta gets it away. Zeman can't quite pick the footy up. The Lionesses try to clear the ball through Purdon. And hands and knees down the bottom. The Saints will see it ball up again. I think that could be Kane again at the bottom of the pack, who's had plenty of it early. Might be Georgia Knapp, actually. Carveretta with a big fist. Out it comes to Zeman. Gets her kick away. Kicked off the ground nicely. And kept in smartly by Lily Zeman. Because if the ball goes out of bounds off her feet, it's a free kick going the other way. The 50-50 rule. I like that, though, Edo. Clever touch there by Mia Kane. And we'll see a ball up. No, umpire's pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of the Saints. So Sophie Flack's going to have a kick from right on the paint of 50.
Doing well to keep it locked in here, Tubes.
It's a good kick. Pass was on there to Mia Kane, who led well. Burrows Cheng gets it out. Now a chance for the Saints. They got numbers around the footy. Quick kick forward by Langford. This one's bouncing. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Deep inside forward 50 for the Saints. Quite chilly out there this morning, Edo.
Very crisp, Tubes, but the sun coming through, they'll warm up pretty quickly. But geez, and Virgils will be wrapped with the way this has started. Their pressure's been good, and they've got it in the right part of the ground.
Out it comes here again. They need to clear the footy here, the Lionesses, and they do. They get it out to centre wing. Bouncing ball here for the Saints. Trying to get it there was Warren. Can't quite pick it up. That might be Daisy Murphy. She's tackled hard, and a nice tackle. We'll see a ball in, as that one was not off anyone's foot. So we'll see a boundary thrown right in the centre of North Hobart Oval. Carveretta again, who's winning most of the ruck contests. Oh, that's game stuff down on the bottom of the pack. I think that was Sophie Hughes that went in hard. It was. Kick off the ground, nice there from Sophie Abel. She's elusive. Coming through hard there. That was, it might have been Burridge that came through. It might have been actually Kira Smith, I beg your pardon. Kicked again there by the Lionesses. They go forward. Abel trying hard. Can't quite pick it up down there, Meg Purdon. She's been hard at the footy all day so far. Georgia Abel now gets her kick forward. Bouncing ball inside forward 50. Over the ball there was Hughes. Just worked it away, and the Saints clear the area. Well, they're in immediate danger at least. Carveretta spinning out of trouble, but right into a tackle, holding the footy. Great tackle laid there by the Saints. I think that's Courtney Pearce. It is. Short kicks on. Out wide, couldn't quite take the mark, the Saints. Pearce goes back to butter up, then tries a scooping handball. Can't quite get it out. Carveretta away, but the umpire says I'll ball it up.
Both sides seem to have settled in a bit now, Tubes.
Yeah, we find that in the first 5 minutes of any grand final, don't we? Blackburn came through and just too many attempts to break tackles there, and it'll be a free kick going the way of Cooper. Now, you're right, Edo. Just those early stages of grand finals, it takes everyone a moment to sort of get settled, including myself. Banks couldn't quite pick it up. Delbojakovic gets it away before she's tackled. Goes in again. Purdon out the back. Now a chance for the Lionesses. They get it forward. Coming to meet the footy there was Hughes. Couldn't quite take the mark. Saints doing well to hold this up. And tackling there is Tyler Davis.
They have done well to sort of frustrate each attack at about that 50-metre arc, Tubes. It'd be interesting to see what happens when Hutchins do break that line.
Well, they're struggling to do it here as that kick came out from Langford, who's been busy early. Maddie Joseph tried to get it away. Quick kick clearing the area from Flack. Gee, she's been good today so far at Langford. She's switched on. Purdon at the bottom of the pack. We'll see a ball up.
We did hear that crunch through the effects mic tubes, and that contest is a fair way away from where the mic is, so that shows how hard at it they're going.
Punched away nicely by Carveretta, who's dominating the ruck at the minute. Blackburn trying hard. Delbajakovic got a tackle there. The handball just missed the mark. Nicely done, though, by Crawford to mop it up. Off the back to Purdon. Purdon goes forward, playing in front. The Saints' defence is doing really well. Couldn't quite get it away. There was Hughes. Somehow it pops up into Abel's arms, and it's caught holding the footy. Umpire's on that early.
You can just sense it feels like Hutchins are ready to break a line, but every time they look to get a bit of space, and Virgils' tackling pressure has been really impressive, Tubes.
And that one goes out in front of Georgie Banks. She's making some space, Georgia Banks. I've been pretty happy with her efforts out there on that far wing. It'd be nicer if it was over a bit closer to us, though. And it comes for Burrows Cheng. She's fast too. Her kick goes inside 50. This is probably the deepest they've been inside 50. Bouncing ball out the back for Georgia Abel. She's a good kick. She's got a player inside with Verity Reid. It bounces ball over the back, and the umpire's pulled out a free kick for too high. It's actually Sophie Hughes.
Yep, she just copped one around the head there, Tubes. And here's a golden opportunity for Hutchins. They've got a great angle.
In she comes. Oh, and just sprayed it to the near side. As you said, the first time they get that ball deep inside forward 50, they look dangerous.
They have, and they'll finally able to break through the tackling pressure. It looks like it might be coming back with interest as we have a drop mark there.
Out the back here for Hughes. Found it again. Saints arrive. Kicked off the ground though. Looks like Abel's going at goal. Georgia Abel, Sophie Abel rather, gets the first goal of the game. And Hutchins are out to a 7-point lead on the Banjo scoreboard.
Brilliant effort, Tubes. Just picked it up and just put it through from distance. Had the nice little snap across the body there, as we'll see on the replay. Just a
opportunistic stuff from Sophie Abel.
No hesitation though. There's no mucking around. Like, this is in my hitting zone, and I'm going to smash it through. That's a brilliant shot on goal, and that's that sort of breaking up of the play that we were sort of talking about. It's a scrappy sort of contest, but an element of class there provides them with the 6 points.
Delbajakovic tried to get it away. It came out though from McVilly. Now they got time and space here through Burrows Cheng. Couldn't quite take the mark down there. The Saints player gets it away though. Nice one out to Sophie Flack. I think it was Lucy Cooper that took the mark at halfback. Flack, short one. Finding a teammate just through her fingertips. Down at the bottom of the pack is Banks. Carveretta gets smashed in a tackle, holding the footy. Great tackle. This is Singles. Down to Delbajakovic. Got hit by Purdon. Scooping it back though. Lioness is off the ground through Burrows Cheng. Carveretta picking it up on the wing, giving it off to the runner in Burrows Cheng. Nice little dinky kick down towards Abel. Abel wears around. She could have two. She's a good kick. She decides to pass instead. Inside, deep inside forward 50. Saints defenders under immense pressure, and a nice clearing kick from Cooper. Delbajakovic can't quite get her hands on the footy. Doing well down there is Carveretta to hold it up in a 3-on-1 contest. And we'll see a ball up. Quick kick forward again by the Lions. Cooper got it away. Abel looks so dangerous every time the ball gets nearer. Here she is, right on cue. Gets the kick forward, bouncing ball. It's rolling, it's kept in, clever, and then they tap it across the line. Smart work by the defence to rush her behind.
Been a couple of line breaks from Burrows Cheng there, Tubes on the wing, certainly helping with the entry. And as you say, Abel was looking very confident when she gets the ball in her hands.
Smith's kick finds Carveretta in the opposition colours. She's a beautiful kick. She pops it up, and there's a mark almost taken down there. That's Duncombe. Couldn't quite grab it, and the Saints do well to hold it up. We'll see another ball up. Purdon, just over the footy, hard. Rolling ball inside 50, finds Duncombe. Duncombe gets smashed in a tackle and it's a behind.
That's the magic pocket over there, Tubes, though we know from the SFL games yesterday. We saw a couple of the all-time great goals you'd ever see from that part of the ground. I'll be tuning into every shot that's taken from there today.
Good mark out there to Maddie Joseph. In the gloves, I like that. Do you ever wear gloves when you were playing footy, Edo?
Didn't play enough footy, Tubes. I don't think they existed when I was doing most of my work, but no,
right.
not a big glove person.
I definitely did.
Like playing cricket in gloves, but not footy.
Verity Reid out the back. When I was in about grade 8, a bit cold for me in those early mornings. I had the old gloves on.
Were you one of the one glove man or a two glove?
I started out with 2 and then realised that I looked like a fool. Out the back here for Abel. Nice handball up. Spinning out of trouble. There's Abel. Georgia Abel this time. Bouncing ball. Go. So that both the Abel girls have got goals in the grand final. Brilliant stuff from Georgia this time. Opportunistic stuff again from the Abel girls. It's in their DNA.
And just that confidence in front of goal, knowing where the goals are and having a ping. Here we're going to get the replay. Tubes, just clean hands, working for each other, and then a lovely little snap around the corner.
That was Abel to Abel. Brilliant work.
And they're pretty happy about it. And this is a nice little margin now, 15-0.
Yeah,
bit of scoreboard pressure early in a big game.
Absolutely. Out it comes to the back. Handball nicely by Singles. Quick kick forward by Joseph. And it finds Banks. Banks looks up. Not a lot to kick to here. So she goes across the goal to Delba Jakovic. And I must apologise to Delba Jakovic's entire family because I'm probably saying that wrong. That's a good kick. Finds low.
Patient build-up here, Tubes. Not afraid to look for a marking target as they sort of work it around, looking for a deeper forward entry. Here's another one.
Yeah, it's patient, but it's missed the mark there. Out the back for Purdon. Down towards Abel. Sophie Abel's got time and space here. She's quick too. Oh, good attack on the footy there from the Saints defender. I think that was Ashland. Bouncing ball now. Up for Reid. Again over the back. Gee, they've got numbers here everywhere. The Lionesses, if they can get a footy, but they impinge upon their defender. It'll be a free kick going to the Saints. Kick to a dangerous spot here. Nicely picked up and driven forward there by Molly Gardner. Out the back, or just pushed off the footy was Hughes. They dribble it again, the Saints here. Coming at the footy first is Georgia Abel. Umpire lets it go. I don't mind the umpiring here. That's a good tackle. And holding the footy against Daisy Murphy. So Delba Jakovic has the footy deep in enemy territory. Kicks okay. He's looking for a teammate there in low. Cavaretta. Oh, Delba Jakovic with a massive smother. Purdon. Bouncing ball. Oh, just eludes Zeman. Now Burrows Cheng. Good protection of the footy there. There's Burridge. First time we've called her name today. It's good to see her out on the field. I think she had a few injuries during the season. Umpire missed a free kick there, but Play on is the call. Gardner gets it out towards her teammate and Murphy through her fingertips, but she goes back and has a second effort. Her kick into a dangerous spot at the top of 50. Cavaretta. Pushed off the footy there was Blackburn. Hughes, quick kick. Chance now for Cochrane. Cochrane quickly across the face of goal, out of bounds.
A few gasps in the crowd with that shot, Tubes. I think it looked like it was going to go through, but it's ended up dribbling out of bounds. They just look a bit crisper going forward now, the Lionesses. They're getting a bit more distance on their entries and putting the defenders under pressure, and I guess that's what happens when you move it quickly.
Quick kick forward again, bouncing, rolling out of bounds. We, of course, must thank LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property for making the live streams possible today. If you need your house sold, go and see the folks at LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. As it comes out the back here. Umpire called a throw, so it'll be a free kick going the way of the Saints. Delbajakovic. Trying some patient stuff. I like that from the Saints. There's a bit more chaos than the way the Lionesses go about it, Edo.
It is. The patient approach has had its moments, but the only thing that does is it doesn't put some of the Lionesses under pressure. You see Hughes now put with a forward entry.
And a nice mark taken down there by Cochrane. Again, Hughes just able to take that mark deep inside forward 50 and then get it to the top of the square. So Cochrane can go back and have a shot on goal. In comes Cochrane, just to the near side. So Hutchins 2-4-16. So Virgils yet to score on the Banjos scoreboard. As Banjos Rosny, go and get your sausage rolls from the lovely folks at Banjos Rosny. Quick kick out from Burridge has gone 50 metres, Edo. How about that?
I like that, getting as much meterage as possible from the from running forward as well, because they do need to clear this this part of the ground because the ball is just coming in thick and fast.
That's a good mark down there. I think that's Daisy Murphy. This distance might struggle. Might be a struggle here. It'll be right on her journey, I reckon.
See a couple of St Virgils players making sure they're on the goal line, because it could be, if it is going to make the distance, their fingertips will be important, Choose. But
well, there it is. Quarter time here at North Hobart Oval in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Div 3 Grand Final between Hutchins and St Virgils. Hutchins 2-4-16 leads St Virgils on the Banjos scoreboard. Goal kickers, Georgia Abel had one and Sophie Abel with one at the start of the game. So the Abel sisters getting involved. But it was good early from the Saints, Edo.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what they'll be trying to reinforce right now at the break, is that we started well. We had really good patches. The way that they sort of were able to work it forward and pressure it in there and keep it in there, they did create opportunities. Unfortunately, for St Virgils, when Hutchins got it, they were breaking lines, kicking that bit further in with their entries and doing it quicker, putting the defence under pressure. And we've seen that on the scoreboard where we've got 6 scoring shots to 0.
Yeah, I was impressed with the Saints early, as you say, but they weren't able to just break that half-back line sort of back pocket area. It did get deep inside forward 50 in the early stages of that term for the Saints, but I've been really impressed with Meg Purdon. She's a star. She's quick, she's fast. I've also been impressed on the opposition colours by Miranda Delbajakovic, and she hit through the ruck. Hard to do when you're up against such a competitor in Rani Cavaretta. Well, I think we'll take a quick break here for LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. At quarter time, it is Hutchins 2-4-16 leading St Virgils in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Div 3 Grand Final between Hutchins and St Virgils. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Stick around. More footy coming to you live from the SFL. About to get underway for the second term of the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property Grand Final for the SFLW Div 3 Women's. It's a 16-point margin in favour of the Lionesses. My name is Tubes Taylor. I'm joined by Luke Edmonds. An interesting game of footy we're seeing here, Edo.
It is, Tubes. I'm really interested to see how both sides start this second term. Plenty to work on despite the scoreline for St Virgils. Plenty for them to be confident about. But they've got to get off to a good start here.
Out the back here now, Georgia Crawford's all alone. She's got Abel out wide. She goes in that direction. I think that's Sophie, it is. Wheeling around, Sophie. Abel pops it up down towards her forwards. Sophie Hughes is going to get there first. So it's Sophie to Sophie. Coming through was Kate Hughes, I think, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Sophie able to find a lot of space there, and considering how dangerous she was in that first half, she's done well to get that sort of acreage so early in the second quarter, Tubes.
She sure has. It's good to see some of the Hutchins men here watching as well. And some of the St Virgils boys too. Look at her in there, just burrowing in, Meg Purdon.
Well, where else would you want to be on a beautiful Hobart Sunday morning in September, Tubes, watching the grand final?
No, I agree with you,
We've
Edo.
got 3 of them today. It's fantastic.
Showcasing women's sport. It's wonderful. Quick kick by Georgia Abel. Picked up by the Lionesses, going back to Abel. Abel with a bendy one, no, behind.
They're doing some good work up forward. You know, when they don't have the ball, the Lionesses forwards are getting into good spots to help out their teammates with a little bailout handball, and they're getting good shots on goal through that.
They are, Delbojakovic just threw it away. Straight to an opposition player, though, and it's marked by Crawford. Crawford turns it around. There's a player leading into the pocket, and that's a nice mark. As we look on the screen, you can see the big screen in the background. We've got everything happening here at North Hobart Oval. Kick off the boot, straight into the behind post there. Of course, Georgia Abel. So it'll be a free kick going the way of the Saints, and Georgia Knapp will take it. That's one thing I'm noticing about these teams. There's a lot of Abbies, there's a lot of Maddies, there's a lot of Sophies. Edo. Very popular names in the early 2000s. Meg Purdon come at the footy. Got tackled. It wasn't Meg Purdon at all. It was a lookalike of Kate Hughes. Tackled without the footy. Up to Abel. Abel across the face. No, goal! Just inside. Well done, Georgia Abel. She's got 2. Again, opportunistic stuff from the Abel sisters.
That is, yes, opportunistic is exactly the right word, Tubes. I really didn't want to say it, but ready, willing and able there. Like, she just jumped on it. Plenty of time too, and lovely finish there. And now we're starting to see a bit of pressure start to pile on here. That's the start, exactly the start that Coach Burrows Cheng would want to see out of his Chargers going into this second term. 3 minutes on the board and they've already got a goal.
Out it comes for Burrows Cheng. Threw it away, according to the umpire. Lost in 2 words there was Sophie Flack. She laid a good tackle though. Short one on. Through the fingertips of Crawford. Cavaretta had her kick smothered. That's the second one that's been smothered superbly. Our Corso, there she is. Tom's our Corso. Or Bongo, we called her last time. Bongos. Cavaretta, because they're brothers' symbols.
Like it.
It's good, isn't it? Crawford picked it up and tried to get through. That was good work. Her handball out towards Bongos, our Corso. Umpire called it holding the footy. I don't know whether it caught on though, Edo, to be honest, so I'm not going to call the Bongos for too long. Tyler Davis with a kick at centre wing. Pops it up. Nice fist from behind from Blackburn, and that one's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Just not able to break the lines in the same way the Saints so far, Tubes. The use of the footy's been okay, but when it's got to the contested ball, Hutchins has been a bit stronger when it's hit the deck.
Yeah, I agree. Their ability to pick it up and get it out to players in space too has been very good. Tackled there was Dasea. Now look at this. Lioness is hunting in packs. Numbers all around the footy. Lonely Saint there was Pearce. Quick kicked away there by Delbojakovic. Nice fish from behind. Couldn't quite pick it up. Burrows Cheng bends it around the corner. Bouncing ball here. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Hughes. Gets tackled. Got it away. Hughes sisters working together out there. Joseph got a kick and cleared it. Again, just numbers around the footy here for the Lionesses. Someone might want to do a count. Where are all the Saints? Oh, great dodgy work there from the Saints as they get it forward, but it's all Lionesses here. And Meg Purdon has it at half back. Her kick dribbles forward. Clever touch. Burrows Cheng through with authority, couldn't quite get it away. Got it up now to Abel. Abel's kick goes inside forward 50, trying to find their Cochrane, couldn't quite take the mark. Down on hands and knees is Kane. There'll be a ball up. It's actually not Kane, it's Georgia Knapp. Delbojakovic gets her hit away. Picked up by Cavaretta. Purdon. Burrows in. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll bowl it up.
Just on that attempted forward entry for St Virgils, Tubes, we saw the Lionesses defenders just gobble that one up because they're playing a step or two in front of their opponent in those dangerous positions. And I think in a game with such contested ball, you're going to be looking for the kick that drops short, not the one that goes too far.
How about the pace from Blackburn there? Goes deep inside forward 50. Murphy couldn't quite take the mark, but butters up and goes back and gets it. Then she's caught holding the footy, trying to burst through tackles. So it'll be a free kick going to Saints. Georgia Knapp will take it. Oh, here she comes, Blackburn again. Just showing that pace off the wing. Cavaretta with a long roost. She's a beautiful kick of the footy. Deep inside, it's going to be Abel off the ground. Dribbles one through. Georgia Abel's got 2 in a turn. And the margin extended out to 29 points.
Yes, and we talked about they were able to get it long and deep and capitalise. Their entries to their forward line have definitely had a lot more zip about them, and the way they've sort of worked for each other once the ball hits the deck as well. Look, even just seeing a bit of a shepherd there, got the wings out, and Abel's putting on a bit of a clinic here, Tubes.
She sure is. There we go. She's got 3 to her name. The kick there was from McVilly, got smothered. Love that the Saints aren't giving up. They're tenacious. Delbojakovic under the pack. Burrows it out towards Pearce. Pearce's kick goes out into space. Purdon picked it up, kicked the left foot kick down towards her teammate down there in Murphy. We'll see a ball in.
You're right, Tubes. The Saints' endeavour has not gone anywhere. The smotherings and the pressure, it's just that occasionally the Lions have just been able to break away and find a bit of space.
Tap down to Cavaretta. I should say Cavaretta. It's a clearing kick from the Saints. Purdon's going to get there first. Oh, it bounces and eludes them all, but Purdon just kept her eyes on the footy. Uses that left foot and penetrates a kick deep inside forward 50 and a nice mark to McVilly. Daisy Murphy. M&J Butcher there on the back of a... They're good people over there at M&J.
Very, very good. Very, very good. As we see Murphy spray that one. Just snuck through from behind.
I'll stop it. Out it comes now. I forgot to start the time clock, Edo, so that's what I'm trying to fix. Sorry. That was my fault. Rookie error.
It's okay. For people watching at home, we're basically just 10 minutes behind. It's 10 minutes 17 on the clock at the ground here. So
that's
just
right.
Add 10 to what's down the bottom.
That's right, add 10.
We deliberately waited till it was 10 to make the maths easier for people.
So ball in here.
Look, I think, Choose, as we said, we're 10 minutes into this quarter, you'd like to see some reward for the Saints for their tenacity at the contest here. They've just got to find a way to break a few lines. I'd be getting my biggest and best kicks around the footy for these contests to just try and get a bit of territory.
Out it comes now. Great pace shown there. Managed to get the handball away. Nice tackle late on Reed. Pye missed a free kick there, I reckon, Edo. It's a great tackle.
Yeah, certainly in line with the reward that a lot of the tackling's got today that could have been paid, however.
Oh, Purdon, so good. We've got our clock up and running thanks to our genius that is Andrew Harcourt from Creative Imagery. Quick kick forward now by Burrows Cheng. Cavaretta couldn't quite take the mark. Gets the handball off to McVilly, and McVilly's caught in a nice tackle. Delbojakovic has done so good today.
Now the Saints are spreading from this contest well. I think they've got some extra numbers a kick away from this. They've just got to get the ball moving.
Short one's on. Went through everyone. The umpire will ball it up. No, high tackle. So the free kick will go the way of the Lionesses. Quick kick forward there by Rule. Abel was clever. First player down there's Cooper. Leaves it behind. Quick pick up and kicked away there by Tyrrell. The mark taken out here again. I think that's Rule again. No, it's Blackburn. Blackburn goes long into forward 50. Couldn't quite take the mark, Duncombe. Saints clear the ball. Coming back though, Gardner. Cavaretta. And the Saints pick it up. Oh, couldn't quite get it away. Burrows Cheng picked it up as fast as she could. Straight into the breadbasket there of Duncombe. She's okay. Cavaretta with the 1-2 grab. Plays on quickly. Ducks one way. And a massive tackle laid by Singles. She's been good too, Edo.
Absolutely, Tubes, and that's a tackle of the day, and we've seen a few good ones. Now they've got a few numbers out here on the wing. If they can just break the line here, the Saints.
Scooped it back. Quick kick forward. Handball up from Delbojakovic. Purdon got it off, got it back. The old 1-2. Ran into a Delbojakovic tackle. Burrows Cheng quickly on the boot. Punched away nicely by Singles. Circle it. Let's take a look at this tackle from Cavaretta. On Cavaretta rather, from Singles. That was a beauty.
Good atmosphere building here, Tubes. We've got quite a big crowd here on the commentary wing underneath our noses. Lots of balloons and everyone in their St Virgils and Hutchins colours. It's fantastic to see.
Here's hoping they stick around and have a few Sunday beverages given as a feast of SFLW finals thanks to LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. Oh, Burrows Cheng, so good, got it out, dribbles it forward, only as far as their opposition. Cronley tried hard. Abel was hot on her hammer. Abel just scooped it up again. Time and space here for Duncombe, who's caught in a tackle finally. It was good work. Free kick will go the way. I know they've got it back, the Lionesses, as the free kick was kicked straight to an opposition player, and that one rolls out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Another good bit of tackling work there from Singles across half back. But the ball is not getting past halfway for St Virgils.
Ball in. Abel wins it down. Cavaretta comes off for a quick spell. And Georgia Abel comes back onto the ground after having heard. That's a big tackle. Umpire's put out a free kick and I've got no idea which way it's going. It's going to Blackburn, I think, for maybe catching her high. Kick comes in long. Abel does well, gets her hands on the footy, then kicks it the wrong way by accident. Delbojakovic handball up, nicely out towards, I think that was Singles. Diving on the footy down there's Emma Warren. And we'll see a ball up. Let's take a look at the tackle again in the little replay box, thanks to Banjos. Oh, yeah, touch high there on Blackburn.
I do have a bit of a theory about high tackles in women's football, Tubes. I think the ponytails often can give a bit of a clue as to which way people's heads are going. I've seen that a couple of times already, so that's one of my little things from watching. Well, perhaps we could see some of the men adopt that policy, tubes, rather than sort of their little
flowing mullets,
their little shoelaces they like to wear around there.
Quick kick off the ground out towards Zeman. Zeman just threw it back quickly to Garrett. Gee, that's a good attack on the ball from McVilly. Throwing it out the back was Joseph, but it's all Lionesses. Zeman now through North Hobart Oval, dribbles one forward. Which way does it bounce? It sits nicely. They've got numbers everywhere here, the Lionesses. Doing well down there in defence is Georgia Knapp, and she does well to hold it up, Georgia Knapp.
I'd say Knapp's definitely saved them 6 points there. There was, 4 Lionesses onto 1 there, and she's managed to lock it in. Numbers back now for both sides. Desperate tackle there from Kira Smith as well, Choose. The endeavour at the contest is you can't doubt it from the Saints. It's just the ability to rack up the 30, 40 metres, get out onto the wing, and then look for your forwards to actually get set up, because at the moment all the play is in one half. Indeed, there's no players in the other half.
No. Sophie Hughes. Drops a bit of a wedgie there from Delba Jakovic. And we'll see a ball up. Well, we'll stop the clock now. It is half-time here on the Banjo scoreboard. It reads Hutchins 4-6-30 leading St Virgils, zip, zip, zip. Goal kickers for Hutchins, 3 to Georgia Abel and 1 to Sophie Abel. Better players on the day, Edo. I think Meg Purden's been leading from the front along with Rani Cavaretta. Georgia Abel, you can't go past her. She's had 3 goals. I think Maddie Blackburn's been very good, as has Abby Burrows-Cheng, and Sophie Abel chipping in with 1 goal has been good too. For St Virgils, I think Georgia Knapp's been under immense pressure down back, but she's held up pretty well along with Abby Singles. She's been very good too. Miranda Delba Jakovic has been good, along with Sophie Flack providing a target, but just the endeavour, as we say, probably doesn't match the scoreboard.
No, and I think that's what's happened, is that the way that Hutchins have worked for themselves at that second and third effort, and being, I think we saw it a couple of times there where there was just that extra body around the ball to be out the back, get their hand pass, and that's where their scoring shots, a couple of them have come from, the goals. And then you look over at the scoreboard and, yeah, it's 30-0. That's where they've actually been able to make them pay. Often you sort of wondered whether Hutchins were going to kick enough goals there early to really show their ascendancy on the scoreboard, but they've managed to. So St Virgils, their challenge now is to come back out in the second half, regroup in the rooms obviously, and come out and try and find a way to break lines and actually be able to have their forwards set up. Because the ball's been spending so much time in Hutchins' forward line, they haven't even had a chance to really do anything with their forward set up, because the ball just hasn't been able to come out.
Well, we actually caught up with LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property, Alison Rogers, the consultant from down there. She's a star. She's come on board as sponsor of the SFLW League for the entire season of 2021. And as I said, we caught up with her a little earlier, thanks to LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. We're down here now with LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property consultant, Alison Rogers. Alison, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Is that the right title?
Yeah.
Consultant, there we go. Brilliant. You and LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property are on board as sponsor for the SFLW this year. Tell me why.
Yeah, look, it was a perfect fit for our company. We had rebranded earlier in the year, and LJ Hooker Pinnacle now cover the whole of Greater Hobart. And obviously the Women's League was growing and also covered the whole of Greater Hobart. We have an employee that plays in one of the clubs, so we just thought it was a perfect fit. And for us, grassroots sport is a really integral part of the community, the fabric that, holds us all together, brings people together. So we wanted to support that. Yeah,
wonderful stuff, Alison. And tell us how it's been, the relationship with the SFL.
Oh, it's great. The SFL is a really great organisation to work with. They've made it easy for us to maximise our exposure and have worked with us to provide what we wanted for our sponsorship and how we wanted to work with the league.
And what's your message for folks out there that might be looking to sell their property?
call LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. There's no other place to go to. We are doing things differently, and we'd love to help you with your property goals.
Well, there we go. Alison Rogers from LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property. Thanks for coming on board in season 2022, and all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you, and good luck to the girls in the grand final.
Well, there we go, Edo. Alison Rogers from Pinnacle Property telling you to go. If you're going to sell your house, go and see LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property as we come out from the River Derwent. How good's that outlook, Edo?
It's marvellous look out, Chu. So I did like the little score assist you were able to provide Alison there in the interview, and I think that's a sort of working together linkage play that we've seen from the Lionesses in the first half there, and I guess that's what the Saints will need to be trying to do for each other as well going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, repeating here, it is Hutchins, 4-6-30, leading St Virgils in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Div 3 Grand Final between Hutchins and St Virgils. With the girls from St Virgils with a bit of work to do. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with the second half of this Div 3 Grand Final in just a few moments. Stick around, we'll be right back. Third term about to get underway. Tubes Taylor and Luke Edmonds joining you here on the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property Grand Final. Right, we've got the scoreboard sorted, Edo. Bouncing ball out here as someone drives a motorbike very fast up the Brooker Highway. What do you think the message was at quarter time, Edo?
For St Virgils, I reckon it's keep up the intensity, but let's try and look for each other a little bit more with a few linkage plays, try and gain a bit of territory so forwards can actually get set up. For Hutchins, I wouldn't be changing too much of the message at all. They're working so well for each other. And just look to try and really put a bit of scoreboard pressure on in this third quarter so that they can put any kind of comeback beyond doubt from their opponents. Here we see Burrows Cheng just breaking lines, as we talked about in the first quarter.
That's
so that's in the back. Yep. Kira Smith there.
Kira Smith.
She's worked hard all day down back. They've just been under siege, Choose, but here's the chance for get a bit of territory.
Nice high kick through the arms. It's just like you see a sea of pink wherever the footy is, don't you? With the Lionesses, or magenta if you like. The umpire's called a ball up here.
Yeah, they're doing very well getting numbers around the contest. There's been very few times where you'd say that St Virgils didn't feel like they were under the pump. Here's a chance though now going forward.
Love to see them get a goal here just to get a bit of belief for the Saints. It's going to be a free kick. Which way is it going? It's going against the Saints. McVilly, the recipient. Plays on quickly. Trying there was Crawford. She had Fiona Langford to battle with. Cavaretta gets a nice long penetrating kick inside forward 50. Just off the fingertips there of Daisy Murphy, who's behind play, just with a jarred finger. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Crawford it was. Cavaretta got a handball away just. Purdon sends a long one deep inside forward 50. Out the back, Abel. Rolling down now, Murphy found her fingertips. She goes back. Dives on the footy. Scrappy stuff. Cochrane. Umpire's put out a free kick. Which way is it going? It's going to the Lionesses, I think. It'll be Cochrane to take a kick.
We're going to get a good look at this one, Tubes, right behind the approach from Abby Cochrane.
In she comes. Just didn't get the whole lot of it, but it's rolled through. Has it been touched? It has.
Goodness grief, imagine there was a little touch on that, but there's plenty of ways home at North Hobart.
Yeah.
It'll be a trick shot for the ages if you were able to tumble that one through.
So out it comes from Smith. Smith with a short one. Finds a teammate, Warren. Going out towards Banks. Couldn't quite take the mark. Holding the footy. So a free kick going to Blackburn, who I think's been excellent, Edo. Providing a bit of pace. Getting plenty of the footy. Bouncing ball out the back. Abel trying hard. Taps it on for Hughes. Hughes spins around one way, then the other. Sends it on its way. It goes through. Beautiful goal from Sophie Hughes. The first of the third term goes to Hutchins. And their margin shoots out even further.
Was that Hughes?
It was. We'll see it on the replay. Good shepherd off the ball from Daisy Murphy too.
That's what we've been talking about, Choose, that extra bit of work for each other up forward. It pays off again, and that's good reward for Hughes. She's been really lively, particularly in that first term, and now she's hit the scoreboard. And it's big time headaches for the Saints now.
Comes out the back. Delbert Jakovic hasn't stopped all day. Burrows Cheng. Quick pick up and kick. Always seems to find a bit of space, Burrows Cheng. Bouncing ball here now for Crawford, who's also been very good. Inside forward 50. Over the back, Murphy. Plays on quickly. Bangs it home. Wow. From the middle to the goals in record time.
And geez, that hurts. Couple back to back. And what about the way Georgia Crawford read that ball off the deck, Tubes? Brilliant. And then gets a quick entry again, and Murphy wasn't mucking around.
We'll see it here on the LJ Hooker replay. As you say, she just sat at the back. Abel did well. This is the goal from earlier, actually. Sophia Hughes. Previous goal. Punched away nicely, Delbojakovic. Off the ground again, goes back and gets it. Oh, gets tackled well by Cavaretta. Cavaretta. Good effort there by Cooper. Abel got a handball out, only as far as Singles. Singles scoops it up to a teammate who's immediately jumped on. I think that's Emma Warren out there getting tackled. Incorrect. It was Courtney Pearce. Cavaretta punches it away. Then laid a big tackle. Umpire said play on. Now a chance for Emma Warren. She can't quite get a hold of it. We'll see a ball up here at half forward for the Lionesses. No, it'll be a free kick going to Emma Warren, too high. Warren looks out wide. Banks sends it long. Now a chance for the Saints. They've got numbers around the footy. Punched away nicely down there by, I think it was Zeman. Warren got a dribbler inside forward 50. Now Meg Purdon with a paddock. She goes back one way. Just got caught high, but she fell as she kicked it, and that's a throw with a one-handed handball there from Emma Warren.
That's unfortunate for the Saints, because I tell you what, when Banks had that big kick that put the defence under pressure, you did see a bit of panic from the Lionesses. It just shows to show if they can get it in quickly and long, they can actually cause them some problems. They've just got to get it past 50.
Now the Saints just, again, pressure from the Saints has been great. The umpire finally says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Cavaretta with the winning tap, goes down towards Warren in the opposition colours. We'll see a ball up. Little flex there from Emma Warren, that was good. Out the back here for Blackburn, got it away. Now a chance for Desaya. Burrows Cheng gets her kick, and it rolls out of bounds. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Saints. So Georgia Knapp, the recipient of that free kick. She can play on if she wants. It's a good kick. Only as far as Blackburn, though, who takes the mark uncontested. Slipped as she kicked, but it's going to land okay because Rani Cavaretta's there. Loved her game today. And that penetrating kick, that's the only thing that the Saints haven't been able to do today. Their pressure around the footy's been terrific, but they just lack someone that can penetrate the lines like that kick from Rani Cavaretta.
Yeah, and it makes all the difference when you put people under... Oh, there's another smother from Singles.
Here comes Duncombe. Kicked off the ground for another behind.
It's absolutely right, though, Troobs. In a high-pressure game, territory matters so much, and when you can get the footy forward, it puts a lot of pressure on it. Sky is starting to look a bit grey out to the right of screen here, and I think that might be coming in from the mountain and coming our way, which will make any kind of comeback hopes a lot harder if it starts getting wet here.
100% as a free kick's pulled out here. Going the way of the Lionesses, it'll be Georgia Johnson. Yeah, there's a bit of rain about, just patchy stuff as I look at the BOM website. Not sure what's happening with the weather at the minute.
Perhaps that cloak of grey will just stay around the mountain and not make its way to us.
You want to wear the long sleeves today. Yeah, we can see the rain there in the background. Ugh. Anyway, she's battled hard today, Kira Smith, trying to do a bit too much there, got caught in a tackle. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Lionesses. I think it's Abel. Georgia Abel goes back to check on her opponent, which is wonderful stuff. Something that we've seen in the women's game.
And here's a chance for 4th major of the day, Tubes. Deliberate approach.
Just to the far side there. So another behind. She's kicked 3 goals to Edo. And on the Banjo scoreboard, Hutchins 6-9-45 lead. St Virgils yet to score. The rain has started to fall here. And the crowd just forgets that they're waterproof, Edo.
Yeah, you don't need to see the drops falling. You see the crowd scatter to know that it started to fall.
Purdon with a kick inside forward 50. Abel spins around. She's got 2. This time it's Sophie Abel. The margin extended now out to 51.
Confident finish there, Tubes, from Sophie Abel. Just gathered the ball, didn't panic, knew she was boxed in a bit, but just used the angles to perfection and gets a second goal. As we see the replay now. Again, penetration there from Purdon. Shrugs off the opponent and just snicks it straight through. Great work, and they've just had that element of class when they've got it forward, and they've had it forward so much more. So they've had the chances to, what have they kicked? 7 goals, 9, but there's been those element of some great finishes from the Abels in particular today. So we've got a stoppage here.
Yeah, I think just a encroachment on the centre circle.
Oh, okay,
maybe?
so a warning?
Maybe, yeah, maybe the... Sure, so they play with 16 aside in the SFLW, which is great. Just frees up a bit of space. Delba Jakovic now scooped it up. That was a throw, but the umpire's on the opposite side. Zeman picked it up and scooped her handball out towards Burrows Cheng, who does exactly that. Burrows in, and we'll see a ball up. Delba Jakovic won it down again. Singles with a scoopy handball out towards a teammate in Pearce. Pearce gets her kick forward. Chance now for the Saints. Out the back, Maddie Joseph just needs to pick it up. Decides to go backwards towards Tyrrell. Oh, pace from Blackburn just clears the area. Brilliant stuff. Abel got the kick forward. Out the back, here's a chance for the Lionesses to go coast to coast. That's a clever little touch there on the foot. I think it was Mia Kane down there. Abel in with the hard tackle.
You can hear the rain on the corrugated iron on the effects mic there, Tubes. It's starting to fall quite heavily here now.
Yeah, it's nothing though, Edo. Bit of rain. Doesn't hurt, does it?
No,
in fact, it makes footy better, I reckon. Purdon, Cavaretta, her kick forward, finds in El Corso. We did find out in the program a few great nicknames. Bella El Corso, nickname Bongos.
So she's embraced it. I love that.
She's embraced it. Love it.
Been banging the drum on that nickname for a while, Tubes, and it's finally you've finally snared it, mate. That's
yeah,
well
I've done it. The umpire's pulled a free kick out here. A nice tackle laid by the Saints. I'll tell you what, if this was... I don't want to make too many comparisons between the men's and women's game, but if this was a men's game, they'd have given up by now. The women just keep going. The Saints just keep going. They're 51 points down and they're keeping on. Love it. Delba Jakovic gives off a handball. Joseph's down behind play. She bounces up okay, though. Love the endeavour from these girls in the blue, green and yellow. They've been outplayed by the girls in the magenta and white, though, as it really starts to come down here at North Hobart Oval. Ugh. I've changed my mind about the rain, Edo.
Well, we might see something worse than rain. The way this white cloudage is looking, the whole city's just about disappearing from our view.
Bouncing ball at centre wing. It's picked up by Georgia Johnson. I think her game's been pretty good. Blackburn, again. She's been sensational. Caught holding the footy, though. So it'll be a Saints free kick. There's that rain. Ugh. Don't like that much. She's been pretty good today, Fiona Langford, too. Now a chance out the back for Joseph. The only one smart enough to wear a set of gloves. It's picked up by below, and we will see a ball up. Ball up at half forward. Delbajakovic up against Abel. Tapped out. That's kept in. Quick kick around the corner. That was okay. Now a bit of time and space for the Lionesses. Good Shepherd off the footing. Laid in a big tackle down there was Bongos El Corso. I can call her Bongos El Corso now because it's in the program. I'm glad she's embraced it. Love that. Push off the footy there was Sarah Tyrrell. Quick kick forward again. Sitting under the ball. That was good. It was Georgia Crawford again towards Blackburn. Tackled Flack. Got her kick away. This is better from the Saints as they go down towards forward 50. Crawford's down there again. Does really well to clear the area. Numbers around the footy for the Saints. Through with pace there was Flack. That's a better kick. Inside forward 50 and forced across the boundary by Molly Garrett.
You think Maddie Joseph must be just asking, when is one going to bounce the right way for me? I swear there's been 4 or 5 that have come in her direction and they've just taken a little Shane Warne spin and just gone the wrong way. It's been... So you just got to keep slogging on, I suppose, Tubes, but...
And there it is, three-quarter time here at North Hobart Oval in the the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Grand Final for Div 3 between Hutchins and St Virgils. The Banjo scoreboard reads 7-9-51 Hutchins to St Virgils yet to score. For the goal kickers, we've got Georgia Abel with 3, Sophie Abel with 2, and then singles to Georgia Crawford and Sophie Hughes. Edo, that term was quite entertaining, and a late press from St Virgils there.
Well, interestingly enough, as the weather closed in, it seemed to be when St Virgils actually did their best work, and I guess maybe the way that the rain can condense a contest has suited their sort of hard at the footy, tackling, smothering brand. They were able to get a bit of territory slowly but surely, but again, just unable to get a break or get a free kick or a clear mark or something where they could get a clear shot at goal, and they go unrewarded. Pretty clinical stuff at the start of that term, I thought, from the Lionesses to just put it beyond doubt. You know, that they rattled home a couple in quick succession, which really was always going to make it very hard for St Virgils to reel in that half-time deficit.
There's a great shot of the St Virgils girls getting the pep talk from one of the stars down there in Sonia Burridge, who I think is injured because we haven't seen her on ground too much. She's one of the great players there at the Saints. We're going to take a quick break here in the SFLW LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property Grand Final between St Virgils and Hutchins. It's Hutchins with a handy lead. We'll be right back with the final instalment in just a few moments. Stick around, we'll be right back. Fourth term about to get underway. It's a 51-point lead to the Lionesses from Hutchins.
Weather's cleared up, Tubes. The big cloud of doom has moved over to the eastern shore, and we've got a nice...
Back in paradise. Nice ruck down, won by Cavaretta. Dribbler goes forward. Chance now for the Lionesses to get it forward through Cochrane. And that one's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
No respite for the Saints, straight back into the Hutchins forward line. They're setting up, and all the players are drifting into this half again.
Good defensive work down there from the Saints. They've been under siege all day. Stephen Seagal. Quick kick forward again. She's played pretty well today, Crawford. Then just threw it up. Might have been Molly Garrett down there that threw it away. Bouncing ball. Blackburn kicked it straight into the face of Georgia Banks, but Georgia Banks just kept on keeping on. Garrett trying hard. Big tackle laid down there on Zeman. They clear the ball, and that's a good mark. Taken by Langford.
Langford hasn't stopped all day, Tubes.
No, she's kept on. In fact, the entire team has.
They have.
Cavaretta. She could have a shot from here. Look at that. Boom. I know that this young lady, Georgia Abels, kicked 3 goals today as she bends one back towards the top of the square, but there could be an argument made for Roni Cavaretta to be picked as the best player on the ground today. Not sure who's making that decision, but they've got their work cut out for them, that's for sure.
It's always a pressure cooker atmosphere. It's hard enough doing 3-2-1, but at least you can throw a bone to the 2 and the 1. When you've just got to pick one, it's a challenge, especially when a team performs as well as this.
Delbert Jakovic probably been best on for the Saints. As it comes out, here's a chance for Cochrane. Just missed the footy. A lot of pressure coming, as it was for Lucy Cooper, and the umpire balled it up.
The pressure around the ball's been great, and we've probably talked about it from the Saints' perspective more than the Hutchins, but I mean, they've equally just hit every contest and chase it down, and that's been the reason why St Virgils haven't been able to get clear possessions and actually gain the meterage that they need.
No, it's been interesting. Nice
As we
tackle.
say, singles again. Just
she's been good.
She's been double figures tackles, definitely.
She's taken some defensive 50 marks, 2 singles. Purdon with that left boot. Couldn't just bend it around enough. So we'll see a ball up. Got a big grand final coming up next in Div 2. The University Rainbows taking on the Port. The girls from Signet. Georgia Abel just slipped on that one. Almost laid an egg. That was brilliant work. Just slipped and almost sat on the Sharon. The Clennons might attend Sharon, Edo.
It's pretty slippery out there still, Tubes, hey. And that'll be a factor in the next game as well, as you say. The Rainbows, they'll be looking for an ominous one on the horizon. I can't quite see one yet after the storm, but...
Here's the replay of Georgia Abel just sitting on the footy in the little box and then somehow managed to keep it in. A little fancy leg work through the legs. Big tackle laid by Georgia Crawford. I think she's been excellent too, Edo.
Certainly has. Lively. Keep her opponents on their toes. That circumstance there with Abel, though, you're just waiting for the whistle and then it doesn't come and you've got to sort of try and plug something out.
Play until the whistle goes. That's what my coaches used to say. And I'm sure Ed Burrows-Cheng has a lot to say as Daisy Murphy finds a bit of space, but what a great tackle. Langford, who's epitomised the endeavour, I reckon, for the St Virgils Saints. Her kick, though, finds Maddie Blackburn. She's been a wall, Maddie Blackburn. Her and Abby Burrows-Cheng providing a lot of run through the middle of North Hobart Oval. Bouncing ball out the back here. Nice tackle laid by Lucy Cooper. There's another tackle laid out the back of someone who didn't have a chance. And Cavaretta with that big booming kick bounces one through. Oh dear. I tell you what, Cavaretta just having a quick chat to the folks who are making the choice for best on.
That's
if
the.
It's going to go with goals, guys, I'll have a crack, thanks.
I was going to say that's a bit of icing on the cake from a pretty impressive all-round game from Cavaretta. Here we see it now, Choose. It just comes out and she's just seizes on it and bang. And it's nicely finished off, and the teammates all love it. They're getting around her.
Yeah.
I think that they were pretty excited at three-quarter time. You've got to say the Lionesses were over with some of their, I don't know if they're the injured players with a bit of a huddle on the sidelines. They're ready to party, I reckon.
I just love the buy-in. It's sensational. They're including the players off the ground and some of the spectators. It's sensational. I love it. Strong club. Kick away. Here they go. Come on, some Virgils. We'd love to see you get a score here. First to the footy's McVilly. She's wrapped up in a big tackle for a nap. Now a chance out the back if Tyrrell can get it out there. They've got the numbers. Umpire says no. Give it to me. I'll ball it up. They just need to lock it in here, Edo.
They do, and then when the opportunity presents itself, hopefully get one through.
Burrows-Cheng trying hard. Now it comes for Purdon. Her kick high up and under. Now a chance for Warren. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up, thanks. The Lionesses just gaining some territory. Cavaretta in the ruck, up against Delbert Jakovic. Down it comes now. Nice kick forward by Singles. Oh, diving on it. Johnson. Burrows-Cheng's going to pick it up and clear the footy. No, it just slips through her fingertips. We'll see a ball up. Cavaretta down to a teammate towards Crawford. Quick kick there was good from Banks. Bouncing ball out the back. Chance for them if they can clear it. Purdon does a good job and clears it out to a running Rule. Rule now kicks the ball into space looking for Hughes. Hughes just overruns the footy. Picking up though, Cochrane kept running. Now a chance for the Lionesses if they can get it forward again. Duncombe can't quite. Now the numbers with the Saints. First at the footy, the Lionesses arrive there. Oh, that's off the ball there for Duncombe. She's copped one in the shoulder, so it'll be a free kick going to Duncombe. She played on. Chipping in there was Kane. Kane just went and dodged a couple. She's finally got into the game. That kick goes out towards Rule. Rule's kick over the head of Duncombe. Running out the back, though, is Langford. Langford's kick over the head of Purdon. But she's quick. We know she's quick. Her kick around the corner. Out towards Cavaretta. Quick clearing kick again from the Lionesses. They're relentless in their attack, aren't they, Edo?
They are. They've just been under siege, the Saints, all day, and it's going to come back again.
McVilly with the mark at half-back. Just through the fingertips there of our Corso. Blackburn taps it and keeps it in front. Excellent tackle and a nice effort from Blackburn to keep going. Handball came out, Cavaretta, or Cavaretta if you like. And that's what she can do, a little push in the back for Abel. Abel picks it up, could handball, decides against handballing. He goes towards goal, she's got 4. Wow. 4 goals in the grand final for Georgia Abel.
She just latched onto it, didn't she? But what about the work through the middle from Cavaretta? Just on another level, the way she sort of broke through that, gathered and broke the lines to get it forward. Here we're going to get a great replay of it. Just bursts away, no nonsense, huge forward entry. And look at the numbers. Yep, there we go. Abel just juggles it. could have given the handball, but she knew what she was doing. I guess that's when you're the key forward, you take that responsibility on, don't you, Tubes?
You certainly do. Diving on it down there was Langford. A trip, kick in danger. Which way is it going? It's going to the Saints. Out wide from singles. Picked up there by Duncombe. Backwards. Cavaretta got her handball. That's smart. Out now for Johnston. Diving on the ball, Cochrane. Umpire will ball it up here, no doubt. I think I don't know whether I'm noticing it or not, Edo, but the umpires are quick to ball it up today, which has actually been really good for the game, I think. Burrows Cheng. Are you noticing that, or is it just me?
Agreed, Tubes. I think early they let it run a bit, and we saw some sort of rolling mauls. I think they've sort of maybe adjusted since then, because I think getting it along quickly is a better spectacle and also provides a chance for the game to actually flow.
Good mark here for Desea, I should say. Cavaretta here. Scooping again out towards a teammate. Kicking it forward, I think that was Gardner. Langford. Back to Gardner. And we'll see a ball up.
Players are pretty flat on their feet now at the end of this contest, Choose. Pretty heavy going out there. And we did see that with when Desea had it. There was not a lot of running past the ball, sort of looking for the hand pass, which I think is what she was after.
Big hit
That's
on
a huge
Cronley.
hit. She's all right, though. She's straight back up.
Yeah, mad. Blackburn, will be in the best. Cavaretta, handballs over the top. Running player in Cochrane. Still 5 or 6 minutes to go in this term on the Banjo's scoreboard, Edo. The result, no doubt, is in stone.
Sure is, Tubes, and obviously as commentators we're not looking to barrack, but you would like to see some Virgils be able to hit the scoreboard here just to have some reward for the way they've attacked this. You see 63-0 scores before where teams have put the cue in the rack and aren't trying. That's definitely not the case here, and hasn't been all day.
Zeman got her kick forward. Now it comes now for Cochrane. Throwing the footy there. So it'll be a free kick. Nice tackle by Lucy Cooper, who's done some good work down back, Edo.
Certainly has. And I keep saying it, but there's no quit in the Saints. They're going for it. Which you have to say is what makes this win impressive from Hutchins. Their opponent hasn't rolled over at all. They've just kept coming and coming and coming, and the way they've worked for each other has been brilliant.
Kick forward there by Al Corso. Abel. She's going to have another one here. Watch. No, she decides against it. Hughes. Umpire's pulled out a free kick. Which way is it going? It'll go to Georgia Abel. There you go. Well, a cheeky little 5-pack in the grand final, Edo. What do you think? What do you think the players that award the best on ground are thinking?
Well, if nothing else, it's a big bag to tell the grandkids about, Tubes. That's five in a big grand final. Very hard to go past. That's a huge performance, and well, we'll be hearing about that for. Well, it'd be a nice story to tell.
I would. Well, put yourself in her shoes.
Yeah. I couldn't choose. I've never kicked more than one goal in a game. So, yeah, no, it's brilliant work, and look, cool. She's good set shot. No mistake.
No,
nice hug from the opponent there as well.
Oh, the SFLW has been played in great spirits from its inception, Edo. That's one thing that we can say about women's footy. It's always played in great spirits. There's no real malice. And Warren's going to get a free kick here. Warren's kick goes long, chopped off by Bongos. Al Corso. It's a good kick. Couldn't quite get there though. Bottom of the pack, probably deserved one for a little high. She's down behind plate, and the umpire says no, I'll ball it up. If you're the one choosing best on, Edo, if that's you, who are you? What are you doing?
There's a lot of good names on this list, Tubes, and it's very difficult to go past 5 goals, but I have liked Cavaretta's game. Been line breaking. She's set up at least 4 inches.
On cue, bang, goal. 2. 2 for Ronnie Cavaretta, 2.
What do we call that, a late submission?
I've got an extension on my assignment. I've got it in just in time. What a goal on the LJ Hooker replay.
What a nightmare opponent for St Virgils she's been. You know, tough around the ball, in the ruck, gone forward, kicked a couple of goals.
Yeah.
So obviously had an impact wherever she's been with the ball.
Here's our Corso.
Great smother by Langford, and she's going to get some territory here. Can they get it into the forward 50?
Oh, great attack on the footy there. Joseph, who's tried hard up forward. Can't quite get her hands on the footy. And the umpire will ball it up. About a minute and a half to go in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property SFLW Div 3 Grand Final. It's a mouthful, Edo. The Lionesses will run out victors. They will be the ones holding the cup aloft as Seaman goes forward. Down towards Cavaretta. Bang! Looks like Ed Burrows-Cheng has just said to Rani Cavaretta, go and grab yourself a couple of goals, as this one's just going to hit the near side. Her first blemish on the scoreboard. As I update the scoreboard, it is 11-10-76. Hutchins to St Virgils yet to score. It'll be a Hutchins women's side Div 3 Grand Final win in their inaugural season, Edo, too, which is sensational.
Not a bad recruiting effort, Tubes, to A, get a side together, and B, put together this sort of campaign where they haven't dropped a game. And there's the third one for Cavaretta. She puts the icing on the cake again of a magnificent performance from her, where she's really been a class above throughout the performance, no matter where she's bobbed up, and everyone's getting around her. They know. There's the siren, Tubes.
Full time here in the LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property Grand Final for Women's Div 3 in the SFLW. Hutchins, 12-10-82, defeats St Virgils. No score. Goal kickers for St Hutchins. Georgia Abel with 5. Rani Cavaretta with 3. 2 to Sophie Abel, and singles to Sophie Hughes and Georgia Crawford. Better players for the day. Edo, who are you picking?
Well, I think Cavaretta, obviously, we've just been speaking about, had an outstanding game. Abel, obviously, kicking 5 goals. That's Georgia Abel. Sophie Abel drifted around. Zeman did some good things late. Thought Georgia Crawford, Daisy Murphy, very good across half forward. And I really like the work of Burrows-Cheng, especially early in the game and early in the third quarter, where the game, those were important moments, and she did a lot of line breaking, a lot of pressure around the ball, and did very well. Our Corso was great. Look, most of the players on the team had their moments there. And look at the big hug of brother and sister there.
I'm going to head down boundary side and try and get some interviews, Edo, with some of the players and perhaps the coach of the winning side. You continue through of some of those players who you think from St Virgils battled their backsides off.
No worries, Tubes. Good luck not slipping over on the wet staircase there. Look, I think for the Saints, Emma Warren, we'll just go down the list. She battled hard, Burridge good before she, we believe, got hurt. Knapp had a real crack. Singles, some brilliant tackling and pressure across half forward. Kira Smith did some good work down back. Unfortunately, most of these better players are the ones who are representing down back. Devil Jakovic did some great work earlier, as you noted, Tubes, and Fiona Langford never gave up. I didn't think at all. She had some great moments throughout the contest. As we see the players now shaking hands, obviously a game played in really good spirit. You could never say that the Saints gave up, but Hutchins just had that element of class, and the way they worked for each other, the sort of second and third efforts, the linkages and the hand passes, the looking for a teammate up forward and across the midfield, just gave them that extra bit of zip going forward. They were able to get momentum going forward. Often you saw St Virgils, when they got a mark, going back and just looking to kick it forward. There was not as much run past, which is difficult when they're just under siege and probably just trying to catch their breath, because it was relentless. 12 goals, 10. And don't they love it? They're happy as can be there. A lot of support, obviously a bigger group than just the players. And Tubes, I think you've got the coach.
Coach down here, Ed Burrows-Cheng, mate, how does that feel?
Yeah, pretty unreal, mate. Obviously, super stoked for the girls. They've worked really hard. We've sort of been locked in since December, and, you know, really, really grateful to, you know, be able to pull this team together. Obviously got such a, you know, massive support crew around us as well. So, no, full credit to them. They've been working really hard, and it's the result we were looking for, obviously, yeah. So
Georgia Abel with 5 goals, Sophie Abel as well, chipping in with 2, but Rani Cavaretta through the middle was sensational. Yeah,
look, the 3 of them are just absolute guns, and, you know, they all just play their role so well. They're pretty selfless. They wouldn't have cared if they didn't come out and touch the thing today, but they're, yeah, they're absolute credit to themselves. The Abel sisters love playing together, and Rani's just, you know, for a first year in footy, cut above, yeah.
Unbelievable stuff, mate. You started this team from scratch too. What does it mean to you personally to have this group behind you?
Yeah, obviously, you know, super proud to be able to be, yeah, a part of the inaugural team. A lot of, you know, good friends of mine playing in the team. I've got my sisters who play in here as well. You know, coaching with a good mate of mine in Alec Bastic. Yeah, it's just been fantastic to be able to, you know, bring this group together. You know, when we started off, we didn't know what could have happened and, you know, how the team would gel. We knew that we had, you know, pretty good athletes around, but, you know, it's just been a credit to them. They've worked really hard, taken everything in, you know, 2 trainings a week all the way from December is a long time. So they've stayed locked in, and, yeah, they're obviously going to reap the rewards tonight for it. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Ed Burrows-Cheng, congratulations, mate.
Thanks
Go and enjoy the presentations with you girls. Good on you. Ed Burrows-Cheng there, the coach of the victorious Lionesses. We'll see the presentations happening here on field, Edo, as we go forward. Ed just going in there talking to his girls. I thought Meg Purdon was particularly good today through the middle, Edo.
She was, Tubes, and I think that's the challenge we've faced, is trying to pick out a group of players, pick a group out of this group. They've obviously been locked in for a long time, as Ed Burrows-Cheng talked about, training since December. Here's the song. Oh no, I thought it was going to be the song. It's just a cheer as we now wait for the presentation. The coach still just keeping them well drilled, getting them in line. Love to see it.
We'll cross over to Caitlin Barry for our official presentations.
Please congratulate your premiers, the Hutchins Football Club. Can I invite Lucy Ann Ottaway, the Vice President of the SFLW and the SFL, to make the presentations. Lucy, our best on ground today is?
Congratulations, number 22 for Hutchins, Rani.
Do you want to say a few words, Rani? Go Lions. Congratulations to Rani Cavaretta. All right, Lucy is going to make the presentations for the medals. Can I start with 5 goals today, Georgia Abel. 2 goals, Sophie Abel. Number 17, Isabella Alcorso. Madeline Blackman. Abby Burrows-Cheng. The best on ground, Ravi Cavaretta. Abby Cochran. Georgia Crawford. Stephanie Duncombe. Molly Gardner. Molly Garrett. Kate Hughes. Sophie Hughes. Georgia Johnston. Isabella McVilly. Daisy Murphy. Meg Purden. Verity Reed. Sophie Rule. And Lily Zeman. And the coach, Eddie Burrows-Cheng. Eddie, congratulations. What a dominant display. What is it about these girls that makes them so special?
Oh, look, they're just an absolute wicked bunch. They've been putting in some hard work since about December, so been coming along, really working on the skills, but each of them individually just go about it so well. You know, it's not just these 20 who took the field today. There's about 12 of them over there who, you know, obviously didn't make it on the field, who contributed to this massively. So the group's just got, you know, such a good culture about it. They go about their work so well. It's just been an absolute credit to them. So, yeah, I'm very lucky.
You had some very tough decisions at the selection table, plenty of depth to choose from. How much promise does that give you for years to come?
Yeah, look, it's absolutely amazing to be able to, you know, start a team, not sort of know how many we're going to have in for the, you know, for the season, and to be basically every week dropping, you know, 12 players or sitting 12 players out is pretty unreal. It's definitely better than the alternative. Some sleepless nights moving of magnets on a board for about 4 or 5 weeks, but, you know, I've had full confidence that there's, you know, probably 3 or 4 or 5 other girls that I could have put into this side, and just the way that they go about their work, it would have, you know, probably been the same result. They're all locked in, and it's just an absolute great result for the girls who took the field, but also it's a massive credit to the girls who didn't, to you know, to be able to pull together and chip in to have this kind of a season.
And how much have you enjoyed coaching these girls and taking that title as coach?
Yeah, look, it's an absolute honour. I'm very, very proud to be the coach of these girls and to lead, you know, the inaugural team. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of the Hutchins Old Boys Football Committee, my family as well, especially my fiancée Tess. You know, we're having our first child soon. She's been super supportive, even though she's been going through that. So, but this has definitely been a massive highlight, and, you know, I rock up to training and it's one of the best times of the week. So, yeah, absolutely love it. I'm super proud.
And I'm sure you'd like to thank the Virgils girls and coaching staff as well.
Absolutely. So to Heath and the girls, it's been an absolute pleasure to play you girls all year. You know, you've battled really hard. We've always rocked up, you know, nerves when we play against you, because we just know that you're going to bring a really hard brand. So it's been absolutely fantastic. I think the way that women's footy's going in this state, it's great to see that you are all, you know, a part of that, and we really hope that we, you know, get the opportunity to play you guys next year as well, and keep this sort of rivalry going, I guess, which is great. And yeah, so full credit to you guys for what you're building. You know, running a club with 3 teams in it for the first year as well, it's no easy feat. So really well done, and obviously, yeah, all the very best, and thanks very much for the game today.
Congratulations, Eddie. Girls, get over here. Your Division 3 SFLW Premiers for 2021, Hutchins.
Sensational stuff down here. Hutchins running out victors by 82 points in the SFLW. Thanks to LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property running out victors by 82 points. Rani Cavaretta, or Cavaretta if you like, getting best on ground for the day. Embracing with Meg Purden. We might leave it there for our broadcast today. But our next game coming up at 12 midday will be the University Football Club taking on Signet, the Port women's side in the SFLW LJ Hooker Pinnacle Property Division 2 Grand Final from around 12 o'clock. My name is Tubes Taylor. We must thank Andrew Court, Adam Ryball, who's been up on the camera, and of course my co-commentator and treasured friend, Luke Edmonds. My name's Tubes Taylor. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, see you at the footy.